Donald Trump's tariffs plan is going perfectly. Since announcing the tariffs, things across the globe have moved fast. Initially, it was shock, and then anger. And now world leaders are entering the phase of acceptance. Some countries like Israel, Taiwan, and Cambodia took steps to cut tariffs on US imports immediately in order to maintain a close relationship with their number one ally. But the EU took a different approach, and it seems as though they have regretted it. The EU initially came out staunchly against Trump's tariffs, ready to fight and pull all investment out of America.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice. Let's be clear-eyed about the immense consequences. The global economy will massively suffer. Uncertainty will spiral and trigger the rise of further protectionism. The consequences will be dire for millions of people around the globe. The costs of doing business with the United States will drastically increase. And what is more, there seems to be no order in the disorder, no clear path through the complexity and chaos that is being created as all US trading partners are hit. We are prepared to respond. We are already finalizing the first package of countermeasures in response to tariffs on steel. And we're now preparing for further countermeasures to protect our interests and our businesses if negotiations fail.
But it only took a couple of days for a monumental backflip to occur, with President of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, now offering zero-for-zero tariffs with the US.
We stand ready to negotiate with the United States. Indeed, we have offered zero-for-zero tariffs for industrial goods, as we have successfully done with many other trading partners, because Europe is always ready for a good deal, so we keep it on the table. But we are also prepared to respond through countermeasures and defend our interests.
Online commentators applauded the move, saying, "The European Union folds, Trump wins." EU President Ursula von der Leyen says the EU will negotiate down the tariffs it has previously placed on the US. Massive win for President Trump. This commentator agrees, saying the EU has surrendered to Trump's tariffs. Von der Leyen now seeking zero-for-zero trade deal with the US. Last week, they were seeking an alliance with other countries to take down the US economy. When they realized tariffs would cost them €3 trillion, Trump wins. The humiliating backflip comes after Trump gave the EU a stern warning yesterday, saying he will not negotiate with them unless they pay the US a lot of money.
Europe's treated us very badly. We put a big tariff on Europe. They are coming to the table. They want to talk. But there's no talk unless they pay us a lot of money on a yearly basis. Number one for present, but also for past, because they've taken a lot of our wealth away, and we're not going to allow it to happen.
And whilst the EU has swallowed their pride and caved to Trump's demands, along with several other countries, China is making it clear they will not. Donald Trump furiously called out China's power move of adding a further 34% tariff on top of their existing tariff on US goods, making it clear he will not stand for China's intimidation tactics.
As you know, against my statement, they put a 34% tariff on above what their ridiculous tariffs were already. And I said, if that tariff isn't removed by tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're putting a 50% tariff on above the tariffs that we put on. So they've gone for years. They've become a rich country because of people, again, that were in the White House that allowed this to happen.
Commentators across the globe are waiting with bated breath for what China will do next, with this person saying, President Trump's bold move to impose a 50% tariff on China if they don't retract their 34% retaliatory tariffs is a masterclass in economic strategy. It's not just about tariffs, it's about enforcing the golden rule of trade, reciprocity. Sky News host Rowan Deed agreed, saying China needs to be put back into place.
Bottom line is very, very simple. Would you rather live in a world where the leading economic power is the United States, or live in a world where the leading economic power is China? That's the bottom line. That's the simplest way of looking at it. For years now, we've had all our so-called, boffins and experts and talking heads, the same ones who, Rita, this week were all in a head spin about what's going on with all the usual suspects, all the Trump derangement syndrome mob. They're all out there, hyperbole left, right and centre. The bottom line is we've all been complaining about the fact that China has been eating our lunch for decades. Now it's time. America has taken steps to correct that. Will Australia? That's the question.